let's talk about some sleaziness on Aurora Road, man. Dang. We just had a guy come in here today. He drove all the way from Daytona to one of the car lots that will not be named, but I'm pretty sure everybody can guess them. Well, there's probably two you can guess, but it's, you got a 50-50 shot. I'm sure you get it on one of them. Either way, they drove all the way from Daytona to buy a Honda. I think it was a Civic or an Accord. I can't remember the exact one, but it was priced on their site for $2,100, and he was paying cash for it. Went in there, and by the time he said they got done with all the paperwork, the car total price was $4,200. So basically double the price. That doesn't happen at us. Actually, the price only goes down. Well, I guess tax and tag is added on, but that's max $360 for your tag, and then whatever 7% of the sale price is, which even if you bought a $3,000 car from us, it's only $210. So at $2,100, you're looking at $140. That's what? $2,250, and then a new tag. Let's just say it's $350 for the new tag, because math would be easier for me. What did I say? $2,250 plus $350, that'd be $2,600 out the door. I believe if my math's right. I did the numbers just in my head, so it might be right. Either way, going for $2,500 out the door for us, if we were selling a $2,100 Honda or any car really, to $4,200. That is a $1,700 markup. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're charging a $1,700 dealer fee or what it was. I didn't go into the details on it because I didn't really give a crap, because we don't rip people off like that. But it is crazy, and that's why people don't like car dealers on Aurora. That's why we're different. That's why we'll hopefully run those guys out of business so they stop doing that shit to people. But at the end of the day, guys, pay attention to the paperwork, and if you don't want to pay the price that they're asking, if they change that price when you walk in the door, walk back the fuck out the door. Don't stay in there. Just do what that dude did. He actually didn't end up buying a car from us because we didn't have any Civics or whatever that he wanted. I think it was a Civic that he wanted. But he actually stopped in and checked us out and everything, and he was digging it. So he headed back up to Daytona. He was just pretty frustrated about the whole thing. But yeah, so guys, don't stay seated if they start raising the prices and jacking all that stuff in there that they didn't advertise or add to you, man. Walk out the door. Come on down the street to us if we got something that tickles your fancy, or go to another dealership. You know, just don't put up with that shit where they sit there and they advertise one price, they come back in and give you a new price that's higher and significantly higher. That is that. Don't be pressured into that. They'll try to pressure you into selling you a car. They'll try to pressure you into, you know, running your debit card before you see the bill of sale. No. We only take the money during a sale after we've showed you the bill of sale and you've signed it, or at the very end of all the paperwork. It just depends on who's doing paperwork. For me, I like to do the money thing at the end, and the other guys that work there, they like to do it right after the bill of sale signed, so you see the total dollar amount and how everything works. It's just, you know, preference. It's not really different, but you should never give anybody any money before you see that bill of sale. Check the bill of sale, make sure it all ticks and ties. You guys see plenty. I've done a couple videos of us. We do just tax and tag. It's all dealers need to charge. They can charge a little bit of a dealer fee. I mean, there is stuff that, you know, we should technically charge for that we don't. We don't charge for a temp tag, which is like $4 or $5 or something like that. There's some processing fees that we get charged from the DMV, which is like $15. We don't charge for that either. So I mean, realistically, a dealer could charge you a $25 dealer fee, and that would be acceptable, really, because there really is about $25 worth of stuff that we don't actually charge for, but it kind of varies depending on the sale and all that. No, the temp tag doesn't really vary, but we don't really put it on there because it ain't worth our time to charge y'all $2, $3, whatever for a temp tag. And since we don't have to give that money to the state, really, well, I mean, technically it all kind of comes in together. You technically do give it to the state, but it kind of not really the same way, if that makes sense, that you would with taxes and your tag. That stuff goes straight over to them. So with that, guys, if you see anything extra on your bill of sale when you're buying a car that says that does not say tax, or sales tax, tag, or registration, of course. They're kind of broken out, but if you don't see those two are the only things you need to be charged. And like I said, you could be charged like 25 bucks if they want to do like a usually like an ETR processing fee. It's kind of a electronic title registration, I think is what it stands for. And that's kind of when you're putting like a lien on a car, things like that. It's like a couple bucks or like $15 depending on how you're submitting the paperwork to the DMV. And then there's the title fee, of course. I mean, but that kind of goes into the registration. It's all part of that 360 or 365 that I told you guys about earlier. But if there's anything else, guys, I mean, on top of total basically 365 between tag and registration and title fee, you've got 7% sales tax, and that's only up to $5,000, at least in the state in Brevard County. Up to $5,000 is 7%, and then that 1%, basically it's maxed out because that's the county tax. The 6% on the total rest of the sale. So if you bought like a $100,000 car, you're only paying $50 in county taxes. That 1% times 5,000, but you'll pay 6%, which will be $6,000. So you end up paying $6,050 if my math is right. If you bought a car for $100,000, but that's basically your math, man. If you get the sales tax, title, registration, and they might throw in a temp tag fee for a couple bucks. It's not more than $5. They might throw in a ETR processing fee. Shouldn't be more than 15, let's say 20 bucks max. So basically that's it, guys. If they're charging you anything over all that, it's a bullshit fee and you're getting ripped off on it. So just be wary of that stuff, guys. Pay attention to what they're putting on there. Read your bill of sale, read your documentation. If you ever have any questions, we'll always answer questions for you guys. You can give us a buzz, 321-425-6313. Or you guys can always stop in. We do have some people stop in and have us check their old paperwork. Just kind of how we know a few of these things that they're doing and a few things that they rip people off with. Our address is 2241 Aurora Road, Melbourne, Florida, 32935. And also, too, if you guys have a tag to transfer, man, if you got a tag credit or tag to transfer, do not let them charge you for a new tag. They do that a lot. They'll charge you for a new tag, and then they'll go down to the DMV and they'll transfer your tag, and it's only like $80 to transfer your tag. And they'll charge you the $400. Well, like they probably charge you $400, but it's really only like $365 to get a new tag, and they'll keep that $200 something bucks, which is illegal, and they're not supposed to do that either. They're supposed to follow what the paperwork said, and they're supposed to get you a transfer tag if they're transferring a tag, or a new tag if you wrote down new tag. But just be wary. That also can happen. It will happen. It does happen sometimes. We've seen that as well in people's paperwork that they've sent us, or well, not sent us, but brought into us to kind of say, hey, what the hell happened here? I got ripped off. Look at all this crap. And we're like, yeah, you did, but you signed it, so tough shit. That's your problem. I mean, you whatever you got to do, get out of that loan. If you're not digging it anymore, I mean, because a lot of times people are buying $10,000, $12,000 cars that are breaking down more than our $3,000 cars. So it is what it is, because I mean, the reality is it's only probably a $4,000 car that they jacked the price up to $12,000. So I mean, it's unfortunate. People do get ripped off a lot, and we just try to look out for people and help them out if we can. So yeah, you guys are welcome to stop in and ask us some questions. Even if you don't buy a car from us, that's cool. We'll answer questions, help y'all out. So with that, video ended up being a little longer than I anticipated. But I appreciate it, guys. Y'all take it easy, and just always read your paperwork and know what you're signing before you sign it here. All right. So with that, I might do some videos and actually walk you guys through the paperwork that you're signing, so it makes more sense what each one means and what they do. I might do a video like that on Saturday. I'll give you guys a rundown so you guys can kind of tell what's going on. So stay tuned for that. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do your thing. Hey, if you guys have ever gotten extra stuff on top of the tax and tag in another dealership, man, comment below. I'm curious to see what other places do, because we've only seen like 3 or 4 different places. So I'm curious to see what all the other ones charge. Man, maybe we're undercharging people. Maybe we should start putting in a couple $1,000 dealer fees and shit. Nah, I'm just playing. We ain't gonna do that to y'all. But yeah. Anyways, We appreciate it. Like I said, Any Budget Cars, 2241 Aurora Road, Melbourne, Florida, 32935. If you got any questions, check us out online, Any Budget Cars, Facebook, Any Budget Cars, Instagram, Any Budget Cars, and you can give us a call if you need to, 321-425-6313. All right, appreciate it, guys. I'm going to get out the phone now.